Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be covering the 5 best type of weapons to slide and shoot with Zane. So we all know Zane gets huge damage bonuses with his skill, Violent Momentum. It's definitely the highest damaging skill that he has, and it's actually definitely one of the top out of all of the characters. Here's just a small test to show you the damage difference from standing still to sliding. So as you guys can see, we get some insane damage bonuses. And with that intro out of the way, let's get straight into the list. So number five on the list is gonna have to go to AoE and splash weapons. These are weapons like the Flacker, the Nukem, even the Protuberance, even a nice Scoville from the Torg Mill in the DLC. All these weapons are really great and they're super strong with Zane speed, and they definitely make the list. They can be good for mobbing, they can be good for bossing. But in my opinion, they are last because you can often deal a lot of damage to yourself on accident, and sometimes they can be a little bit tricky to aim. Otherwise though, these deal a whole ton of damage and they can be great for mobbing, like I said, on top of bossing. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 on the list, in my opinion, will have to go to Tediore weapons. The Everblasts in particular are the Tediore shotgun most people like to use, and this can be used to absolutely shred bosses because of how large and how damaging these blasts are. All you have to do is throw it mid-slide and you'll get all that damage applied to your reload. The only reason these aren't higher on the list is because when it comes to mobbing, you're going to have to wear a cut purse, which means we can't wear our Snowdrift, and that is our favorite artifact when we're playing Zane. So this is really only a good bossing strategy, but don't worry, it's still going to be great for mobbing. Just run and jump and move around as fast as you can, and you're going to do good. Moving on to number 3. Number 3, we've got Atlas weapons. The Carrier in particular is one of my favorite on the list. It's a fantastic weapon to melt enemies with while sliding. Now keep in mind when it comes to the Carrier specifically, you usually want to apply the bonus elemental anointments because you're going to get extra ricochets per shot. But everyone knows the Q system isn't a... But everybody loves the Q system, and it's another fantastic rifle. You can make good work while sliding and shooting. This manufacturer literally seems like exactly what you want to use. With like slide shooting, you know what I mean? You stick your homing dart and then you slide and profit. And you always know that Reese also approves. Moving on to number 2. This is actually my favorite type of weapon on the list to play with. And number 2 on the list is going to be Torg Stickies. There's 2 reasons that make these so powerful with Zane and when it comes to sliding and shooting. The first one is that you don't actually have to slide and shoot these. You can stand completely still, you stick up your enemy that you want to kill, and as long as you slide and reload at the same time, you're going to get all that bonus damage applied to your weapons. The second thing is that I believe this is the highest damage you can do to any single target at once with Zane. I posted a 58-second Wotan kill a while back before the takedown scaling happened, and used the Hedgehog with Playing Dirty and some Zane slide speed to completely one-shot Wotan's last phase. I haven't been able to pull off that kind of damage on any single target with anything other than Torg Stickies, and there's some other great options other than the Hedgehog. We have the Tunguska, we have the Stranger, the Craps is also an amazing weapon. Now the main thing I want to bring back up when it comes to Torg Stickies is the fact that you don't have to slide and shoot at all. This is so easy and so simple to use. Stand completely still, stick up your target, slide and reload. I like to call this the stick and slide method. And finally, that brings us all the way down to number 1 on the list. But before we say number 1, let's go ahead and do one honorable mention. That's going to go out to all of the Maliwan weapons, because Maliwan weapon have charge times, and that means it's going to be real hard to slide and shoot with them. Don't worry, there's a couple really strong ones though. The biggest honorable mention is going to go out to the Kill-O-The-Wisp. This one has a really short charge time, and it's actually really good to slide and shoot with. Also keep in mind, you can get weapon charge speed on your class mods, and that'll let you get off a couple extra cutsman shots while you're sliding too. So with that being said, let's finally reveal to you guys the best weapons, in my opinion, for sliding and shooting with Zane. This is homing projectile weapons. We're talking about the Scourge, we're talking about the Hive, we're even talking about the boring gun, okay? These weapons are super powerful, they do a ton of damage, they don't do as much damage as a completely stuck up enemy, but they do more than enough to get the job done, and they are much easier to use. All you have to do is slide and shoot this in the general direction of the enemy, and most likely in a couple seconds, they'll be out of existence. So not only are these amazing for taking out bosses really, really quickly, but they're also great for mobbing, since each projectile from your Scourge, each projectile from your Hive, like I said, even the boring gun saw blades will home in on enemies. They'll take them out. And yeah, the Scourge is probably the main thing on the list that makes this category so powerful. The Scourge is such a powerful RPG, and when you get all that slide speed behind it, it does insane amounts of damage. And don't forget about the Hive. This is a pretty close second in my opinion. It's a very powerful RPG you can get from Princess Tarantella, and it does a buttload of damage, just like the Scourge does. Well, that's pretty much it for the list. That's going to be pretty much it for the video. Don't forget to comment down below and tell me what your favorite weapons are to slide and shoot with. And tell me what you guys think about my list. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Borderlands 3, Mayhem 4, Zane builds, and content just like this in the future. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.